9 mechanics that you may not know how it works. Welcome to another Rise of Kingdoms content here. I'm Shinchi42, your sponsored content creator for Rise of Kingdoms. Today we're going to be tackling 9 mechanics in Rise of Kingdoms that you may or may not know. If you love Rise of Kingdoms content, consider subscribing to this channel as we create regular content for Rise of Kingdoms to help you to be successful. And if you enjoy this content, hit that thumbs up. So what I've noticed a lot is there's a lot of players who have been asking the question of, does Alexander and Charles Martel shield stacks up? Okay, so what I've done is I've asked the developers some answers in here. I have 9 questions and I had 9 answers. So for this specific one, Alexander and Martel shield will coexist. All right, now let's go ahead and take a quick look in here. I have a Alexander and a Charles Martel. We're going to be attacking a Barbarian and we're going to be checking the battle report. We're also going to watch for the animation. Now we should be seeing shields in here as it stacks up, as it coexists as what we have been told. So we're going to be using a short battle report. So there we go. There's the Charles Martel shield. And we have the Alexander shield prior to that. Let's do another set in here. One more. Alexander shield, Charles Martel shield, stacking together. Let's, you know what? Let's go ahead and finish the battle then instead, because we are winning. Yeah, so this is another set. You can see that it is there. One shield is not, you know, disappearing yet before the other comes around. So as you can see, it is coexisting together. All right, so that's the word that was given to me, is coexist. So what we're going to be looking for is the Shield of the King and also Shield of Francia. So let's take a look into the battle report in here. So let's take a look. We have the Shield of the King. We have 4 turns in here. Okay, so 4 turns, it should last up to turn 14. So we should be seeing the shield gain effect from Alexander the Great. Turn 11, we see, we don't see the shield in here. Oh, here we go, Alexander, Shield of the King, damage absorption. Shield of the King, damage absorption. So we have 2 turns left on here, so we should be still seeing it. Turn 14, right? Turn 13. Now we are going to see Alexander the Great damage. Yeah, I don't think this thing works. So the shield is gone on the turn 13 for Alexander the Great. Okay, Alexander the Great gains shield due to the shield effect caused by Charles Martel. Shield of Francia. Interesting. Attack triggered, it canceled it out. It canceled. So wow, based on the developers that they've told me, is that it is going to be coexisting. I guess it is coexisting, it is just not stacking. It canceled it out. So at turn 14, I don't see Alexander the Great's shield no more. What I see is the Shield of Francia, which is going to be Charles Martel's. Oh, very interesting. I thought that they would stack up. So this is probably a bug, and we will probably have to report this because, as I've told, it is going to be stacking. All right, so it should be coexisting. So we're going to be filing a report right now. So that's very interesting. The first one that we've asked, it says that it coexists, but it's not proven here on the battle report. So yeah, I guess they are wrong. They should have told me that it would cancel one of the shield. So it's not coexisting. I guess the term coexisting does work. But that's very vague. I think they should have been more clear to me with this one. Okay, so moving on. Number 2, Alexander and Edward's skill. Will this work on structures. Now, I can't show you the proof of this, but I can 100% tell you that we've tested this since we were doing some battle testing on pass. We've tested this one. So with this skill right here, the Vengeful Crusade, increased archer units helped by 30% in marching speed while troops are on the map. You are not going to get 30% health bonus when you are in a structure. You have to actually be on the open field, but not on the structure. Now, that is going to be the same with Alexander the Great. This one will also just work if you are on the map, but not on the structure. What structure? Okay, if you're in a flag, you're in a fortress, you're in a pass, this skill will not work, will not take an effect. You have to be in the open field. What do I mean by that? You have to be in this green area, marching in the wilderness for that to take an effect. Number 3. How does the Barbarian 4 damage work? So you guys have seen when you guys join a rally, you will see an X percentage. How does that work? We've asked this question also. The damage is based on the number of units that you send and also the attributes of the unit. So let's say somebody did an archer rally and you have joined that archer rally and you have, you know, a longbowman. What works with that is that with the longbowman, you have a special buff, meaning if you are joining with the longbowman, you actually will get a higher damage output. So that's going to be in comparison of a regular or a normal T5 or a T4 unit. In addition to that, if you are the rally leader, you are going to get the higher percentage because you also have the commander taking into effect creating damage. Now, number 4. Does Barca and Aethelflead debuff stack? Now, okay, this is going to be very interesting. We got to test this one out again because based on the response that we got, it says that most debuff stacks, but not linear. What the hell does linear means? I am confused, but let's check it out. What do you mean by not linear? So we have Hannibal Barca, Aethelflead. We'll just put a bunch of infantry units in here. We're gonna go ahead and attack this march. Oh, there's a lag there. All right, we're gonna attack this march, and we're gonna take a look into the battle report if the debuff will indeed stack, because that's what we got. That's actual response. Most debuff stacks, but not linear. So let's take a look in here. We'll just do a small battle report. I think that's the best option for us to take a look. Or you know what? Let's just go finish it. So War Elephant casted 5 turns for exhaust and formation destruction. Okay. On the turn 13, we see 4 turns left, and you can still see that it is still working because of this. All damage decreased by 25%, and all defense units decreased by 25%. So let's take a look at turn 14. War Elephant has 3 turns. Let's go to turn 15. War Elephant 2 turns. So turn 16, we actually still see War Elephant. Where is it? I just saw it. War Elephant, turn 16, right here. Hannibal Barca has 1 turn left. Remember, in turn 15, he had 2 turns left, I believe. Right, there we go. And then here on turn 16, we have the War Elephant. 1 turn left. So what's great about this is that Hannibal Barca is launching that debuff. It's right here. All damage decreased by 25%. And I'm looking for the defense. Seems like it's not here. Total defense increase. All damage. Defense decreased by 30%. So that's going to be from Aethelflead. It's not stacking then. And health decreased by 30% from Aethelflead. Attack decreased from Aethelflead. But all damage decrease. So for Hannibal Barca, this is Hannibal Barca's working. We're not seeing the defense for Hannibal Barca in here. There's so much to look at in the battle report, so correct me if I'm wrong if you guys see it, but as of right now, I don't see it. Very interesting. We don't, does defense, the debuff of the defense does not stack at turn 16. So we're definitely going to pass this report to the customer service, see how this thing works out. Yeah, so we should be seeing the defense decrease as well by 25%. So that did not stack. Only the attack worked. So very interesting. Does War Frenzy work in the expedition? Okay, that's the question that we've asked. In expedition, yes. The answer that we got is that War Frenzy works in the expedition, but not in Sunset Canyon, nor, I'm assuming, also in the Lost Canyon. Rallying with one troop. We've seen this in KVK Season 1. How does that work? And as the rally leader, will it affect the overall result? When you are rallying with one troop only, it will not affect your overall rally result. So, it's not like in the past, if you're defending with 50 units and you're the captain, and let's say you get defeated, your 50 units got defeated, it will actually kick it out. It's different in rallying. When you are rallying, if you send one unit, let's say you don't want to reduce a lot of troops, or you're actually zeroed, but you have a great commander in tech, and you start sending one unit, it will not affect it at all. Now, it is frowned upon to do it because this is a war game. With your effort like that, other players will not probably like that. So I don't encourage doing that, but as the sake of, you know, sharing the mechanics in here, we have to say it. So how can I maximize joining rallies? Well, allow special units first. So we talked about the special units. So with the special units, if I'm setting up a archer rally, I would love to have special units to join my rally first, because I am going to get the maximum buff. If I start seeing regular units there, I'm not going to get the fullest of the buff of the troops joining my rally. So all that is calculated, right? When you join a rally, every stats in here, attack, defense, and health, they are going to calculate into the maximum of the rally. So if you want to have the best rally and the most efficient rally, is to allow the players that has the special units to join first before the players that don't have special units to join. So what you can do is, you know, in your first march, allow all the special units to join there. So when you're reinforcing, you can just put whatever, you know, units, but it really depends on your strategy. But to me, I prefer mostly is the special units to join first. And maybe, you know, we still have a second wave of special units to join, but it really depends on how much in your kingdom have that type of special unit. Okay, so it really depends. So learning all that special unit as well is very, very crucial in here in the strategy in the Rise of Kingdoms. Number 7, how can I maximize joining rally? So I think we've already answered that in the number 6. So yeah, allowing special units to join first to get the maximum buff. Number 8, what does damage reduction means? Okay, so the damage reduction, what does that mean, and where can we find this? Or here, damage reduction for Richard. What it means is that it will reduce all damage, including skill damage. So I think that's a pretty straightforward one. That's the answer that we got. What does the skill damage reduction mean? So if you have a skill damage reduction, like for Wu Zetian, where is it? I think it's right here. Skill damage taken reduction. Now this will only reduce skill damage. Okay, it will not reduce any other damage. So hopefully we've answered some of the great questions in here that you guys are probably wondering. With the commanders though, with Alex and Martel's shield and Hannibal Barca, Aethelflead debuff, we just saw some discrepancies there based from the answer that we got. So hopefully you guys enjoy this content. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully it's helpful to you. And let me know if you have further questions on the mechanics in Rise of Kingdoms that you are wondering, and we're going to ask that. And when we make the part 2 of this video, we are going to try to give you the answer again with the Alexander and Martel shield, and then the Hannibal Barca Aethelflead debuff for the defense, because we do see that the attack does kind of stack up, but not the defense. So if you do appreciate this content, hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate it. And like I said, if you have any more questions, if you have any more confusion in here that you want to figure out, ask in the chat, message me. We'll forward that into the developers and ask the questions. and help you guys out so that we can clear things out here in Rise of Kingdoms. We are here, your sponsored content creator, helping you to be successful in Rise of Kingdoms. Anyway, rockers, thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye.